you have the greatest influence over your attitude. You have the greatest influence over your attitude. Circumstances don't, not even God. You have the greatest influence over your attitude. If you're going to receive the me ball, there's 2 dimensions to it. 2 things that you need to do in your life. The first thing you need to do if you're going to have a good attitude is you need to live right. You need to live right. Dr. Martin Luther King said this: cowards ask the question, is it expedient? Expedience asks the question, is it the political thing to do? Vanity asks the question, is it popular? But conscience asks the question, is it right? Is it the right thing to do? There's a reason why a lot of people have a bad attitude. It's because they are walking around with a violated conscience all of the time. And when your conscience is violated, when you do what you know you shouldn't do, what you know is wrong in the eyes of God, your conscience, your heart smites you. On the inside, there's an ugly feeling. On the inside, there's a depressed feeling. On the inside, there's an expectation that things are not going to work out good for you. We need to live right. David spoke about this. In Psalm 32, he said this: blessed is the one whose transgressions are forgiven, whose sins are covered. Blessed is the one whose sin the Lord does not count against them, and in whose spirit is no deceit. When I kept silent, my bones wasted away through my groaning all day long. For day and night your hand was heavy upon me. My strength was sapped as in the heat of the summer. Then I acknowledged my sin to you. I didn't cover up my iniquity. I said, I'll confess my transgression to the Lord, and you forgave the guilt of my sin. What's he saying? He's saying, when I was carrying around that guilty conscience, when I wasn't living right on the inside, I was heavy. When you're heavy on the inside, you can't be lit up on the outside. When you're being dragged down on the inside, you can't have the right kind of attitude. You need to live right. You need to live honorably. You need to live holy. You need to obey your conscience. You don't need rules and regulations to tell you what's right and wrong. Here's how you tell what's right and wrong. You listen. You listen right here. If the Spirit of God lives on the inside of you, then the Spirit of God is speaking to you on the inside of you. And I guarantee you, before you do something, the Spirit of God is either checking you or telling you, that's okay. It's a green light. Now, obviously, always match your conscience by the Word of God. But we can't.